everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Transparent Homeschool. My name is Beth, and if you're new here, welcome. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far, but if you're new and you like what you hear, stick around, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos that I've done. So today I'm just gonna hopefully quickly, talk about my quarter 3 wrap up. We just finished last week our quarter 3, so we are on the home stretch of our school year, and I couldn't be more excited. However, having said that, our third quarter was insane. It was ups and downs and highs and super lows and like crazy frustrations. But you know, just things, they don't ever work out, I think, the way that sometimes that we plan them as homeschool moms. And that's okay, but I feel like we need to be a lot more open about it with each other because, you know, a lot of these videos show everything working as it should and everyone having like really great days, and that really isn't how I think it is a lot of the time. At least it isn't in my homeschool. We do have really good days, and I'm not saying that there aren't good days. But a lot of the time it's a struggle. It's a struggle to get the kids started, to keep them motivated. If you watched my last video, I was really real and transparent in that video about our language arts. Inside of the language arts program from The Good and the Beautiful, they include art appreciation, which is great. A lot of people are like, oh, I really want to introduce art to my kids and talk about art with my kids. And for us, I was really excited about it, and the pictures are beautiful that they have in there. But my son is just really bored with it at this, at this time. And it might change as he gets older. I'm not really sure. But for the most part, he just really could care less about art. And so it was really a struggle, and it still is a struggle, to kind of get him to really engage with me on like the picture that we're looking at, or to tell me, what do you like about this painting, or stuff like that. So it is a struggle, and I feel that as long as other homeschoolers are willing to be open and transparent about it, I think people will start to grasp a more concrete idea, about kind of the real life homeschool day. So I think, having said that, again, one of the main parts of homeschooling is to kind of pinpoint those things that aren't working and really being able to tweak it and to adjust it to fit, either like what's happening or your interests, things like that. So the first thing I want to say is we started off this year doing the Sunlight History Bible Literature Level A, and it was a few years old, so it wasn't like the newest version, and we have pretty much stopped all components of that except for the read alouds. My kids love all of the books that we have been reading, and it's probably their favorite part of the day. We do it at night so that it's like wind down time, like dinner's over, they have their pajamas on, they brush their teeth already, and they get their little, they have like mats that they have, and they have little boxes of like busy work that will keep their little hands busy while I'm talking. And so that's what we do every night, and they love it. They love being able to kind of just listen to the story. We stop and talk about it for a little bit. But it's become their favorite part of school. And we've read some really great books. And they still talk about some of the books that we've read, months ago. So I know that it's sticking. But however, with the history, I was really like gung-ho about it at the beginning. And I thought that just the little bit-sized information was like perfect for my kids, and that we were going to do really well with it. And I even bought the hands-on history project kit for level A, and we did a few of those. But like the 4th or 5th project in, I kind of noticed this trend. My kids would start the project with me, and then shortly after starting the project, they would kind of just clock out. they would be playing with each other and running around while I was trying to, build whatever it was or make whatever it was. And I would try and rein them in, and help them have me glue this or help me glue that or hold this. But it was mostly me doing all the work. And I just feel like maybe it was because, well, first of all, my daughter is too young for those kinds of things. She's just 4, so she wasn't really interested. But my son being 6, I was like, oh, surely he's going to be like super into building stuff. But he really wasn't. And I kept trying to push these projects on them, and it just wasn't working. And so we've stopped doing the history projects. We have probably about 4 or 5 more that we have to complete. But I just figured, there's no point if I'm the only one doing it and I'm the only one who thinks it's cool. And so we're going to save them until later on. Maybe we'll do it in the summer as kind of like a, like a summer thing. But for right now, I just really feel that it wasn't working and it was taking up too much time to do these projects. And I feel that that's kind of what the name of homeschool is getting rid of things that aren't working and trying new things. And so I think we did that. Next, I wanted to sort of touch on my daughter. We have been starting her on some reading lessons, and she has progressed far beyond what I expected her to. We are in quarter 3, so it's been about 3/4 of the year through, and so I was just like, wow, she's 4 and she's really grasping these words and these concepts, and so I want to just brag on her a little bit, but yeah, we were really happy. That's a high for us, is her reading. She was really ready to read. She knew her letter sounds, but more than that, she wanted to read. Like, she wanted to learn for herself how to read, and she's done that. And so, yay for her. Now, on the other side of that, with my son, our lows, most of our lows have been with math this quarter. As you guys know, we are using right now level B of Right Start Math. And I love Right Start Math, guys. I love them. I think their math curriculum is fun. I think that it is great for hands-on learners. And I think that it's just a great counterintuitive way that you would think to teach math. And they use games, which is fun, and it reinforces all of that they are learning in their lessons. But I have found, as we've gone through level B, consistently, this isn't just kind of like this quarter, I feel like it's been the whole book, but this quarter is really where I notice it, and we've kind of been getting stuck a lot. So this quarter, I realized that they make really big jumps, and it's a spiral, like learning curriculum. And so they'll introduce a few topics quickly, maybe 1 or 2 lessons per topic, then they'll spiral around and go over them again. But my son, I don't feel like learns that way. And it's pretty much taken us all last year and then 3/4 of this year to figure that out. I love Right Start Math, and I'm really sad to say this, but we will not be continuing using it next year. I'm even having doubts about continuing it right now. Like whether I should just stop it right now and then spend the rest of the year reviewing and doing things that I know that he needs practice on. But I figured we would kind of just plug away at, till the end of the book to finish it, and then we'll see, we'll see. Because I can't keep going on because he's gonna get left behind, and that's not the point of homeschooling. You guys know that, and if you don't know that, you'll soon find that. It's so easy to go at your kid's pace, and we're coming to the point now where the pace of the natural rhythm of the book is too fast for him. And so I was really sad to make that decision because, like I said in this video like 5 times already, we love Right Start Math, and I think it really got me reinterested in math, and that I owe them a big thanks to that, because me and math, when I was growing up, we didn't work, we didn't mesh well, but now I feel like I have a really good sense of, you know, elementary math, and I was really excited to go all the way with Right Start Math, but I think we're gonna have to part ways after this year, which is really sad. But having said that, that's my family. That's not saying that it's not an amazing curriculum, because it is. And if people still ask if I recommend it, yeah, I do, because it's amazing. It teaches math in a great way. It introduces math in a great way. And I think that any kid would really like to learn math that way. Just for my kid, it wasn't working anymore. So we're going to be doing some curriculum shopping. I am looking into the Good and the Beautiful math level 1 for next year. So we're going to repeat like the level 1 material. I think the best thing that I can do for my son right now is to give him a solid foundation of numbers and number sense and adding, subtracting, and things like that. And then, you know, I don't think there's any harm in going back, because he's just going to gain confidence, which is great. That's what we want in our young kids, right? Math confidence, woo! But, so yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem to go back and redo level 1. And if he goes quickly, and that's great. So we are going to start curriculum shopping. I am starting with my math program. Like I said, I'm seriously looking into the Good and the Beautiful, but I'm also looking into some other well-known excuse me, curriculums as well. And so that's kind of been going on. And then in the midst of all of that, our daughter finally learned how to crawl. Guys, there's nothing more distracting to like a 6-year-old boy than his baby sister crawling and knocking things over. He thinks it's so funny. He loves playing with her, but it's really distracting during school time. And so I can only keep her in her crib for so long before she, you know, screams and you know, turns out to have like, I don't know, issues later on. But like, when I bring her in here, she's a huge distraction. And so I'm still going to have to do some tweaking on that. Maybe setting up like her pack and play and putting her in there with a whole bunch of toys. That way she's near us, but she can't just kind of have like free reign over the whole room. Oh my gosh, it's been a mess. And so that's happened in the past quarter, which has been kind of our navigating water so far, is how to do school with her, because she was great. And then she slept, and then she stopped taking a morning nap, which made me really sad. But she stayed in her crib and played for like 30 minutes, which was awesome. But now she's done with that, and she wants to be with everybody because she can crawl around. And so we've come to the time now where she has to be in school with us in the morning, and it's become a problem. But we're working through it, and I'll keep you updated on what we come up with. And then last kind of update, I guess, is that this weekend, we're actually getting ready to go to a homeschool conference, and I am so excited. I love homeschool conferences. They're great. If you've never been to one, you need to go to one, because let me tell you, after 3/4 of a year, maybe even a half a year, you know, depending on when you started your school year, halfway through to 3/4 of the way through, you are like burnt out, and you need rejuvenation, and you need like to refresh your brain and to refresh your spirit, and you're like, you need to be ignited again. Like, we all start the school year off like, yes, homeschool's gonna be awesome this year, and it mostly is, but then you just hit those rough patches, and then you're like, oh, excuse me, like February, March, January, those 3 months are just like tough. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the blues, you know, after Christmas, you're up high doing all these like holiday activities and things, and then you just crash, and then it's like gloomy and dark and rainy and gross for like 3 months, and so you're like, that's how I feel anyway. I don't know. But that's why this homeschool conference could not have been placed at a better time. It is so, like, I'm so excited to go to it because you just get to be around other people, one, who have the same issues as you do, so you're not alone, and then two, to like just see the vast number of people who have made this commitment to educate their children at home. And it's not just moms, it's dads, it's families, it's grandparents, and it's so encouraging to really get that sense of community. And like I said, I'm excited to go, and I really hope that if you ever get a chance to go to a homeschool conference, that you would take the leap, you know, and just really go there. There's things to learn, there's wisdom to soak in, and then it's like a safe place to ask your questions. And like I said before, you can't be afraid to ask certain questions because everyone has had kind of the same issues. Like, that's more of what I like, is to hear other people's questions and be like, I'm not the only one who struggles with this, thank you. So yes. However, if you are a first-time homeschooler, or like you're thinking about homeschooling, I think it's the most important for you to go, because that's where you're really going to get your, like, the grit of your information. And sometimes these conferences have like state-specific talks where like, this is what you need to do for your state, and here are the requirements and things like that, which is great. But also just the information to really like kickstart your engine and to get you excited and to convict you to homeschool. So all of that long rant, if you get a chance to ever go to a homeschool conference, I really suggest that you should do that, and I cannot wait for this weekend. So, having said all of that, I'm going to end this video here, and I will see everybody in my next video. Happy homeschooling, guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.